Today we're replacing a bearing that is starting to go bad on the tensioner pulley in my Subaru Outback 3.6 liter engine. This being a new belt, it's pretty tight. We've got a bolt and a washer. It was unclear when I was looking at what I was going to need for this, whether or not this pulley was the same size as the idler pulley. But if you put them side by side, I don't know how well you can see that, they are clearly not the same size. So what we're going to try and do is take this bearing, push it out, and replace it with a new bearing. So to remove the old bearing, I'm just going to use a 13/16 impact socket and a hammer. We're just going to drive it out. Almost out. Getting there. Alright, let's see if we can pound this the rest of the way out. Done. Alright. So this is our factory bearing that we just hammered out with a socket. It's an NSK bearing, made in Japan. It's a 6203. There's several different versions of the 6203 bearing. We're actually replacing it with another bearing from NSK. So this is our new bearing. This is a steel cage bearing, so instead of having just the rubber plastic seal, the bearing on this one is steel. It's the same dimensions. It's rated for, I think, 17,000 RPMs. You can get a much cheaper bearing, a 6203, like a generic bearing, for probably $2 or $3. This is a $12 bearing, but it should last. Just for comparison, I'll stick the new bearing on top of the old bearing. You can see it's the same diameter. I'll put the part number in the description and a link to where I purchased it on Amazon. I'm going to put just a tiny bit of grease inside of the pulley where the bearing's going to press in. Should just help me get it in there, and then I will wipe clean any excess. So there's our new bearing. This time we're going to use a 1-inch impact socket, and we'll just try and slowly tap it into place. So one thing I missed earlier is there's a nut that goes on the back of the pulley assembly. So when we removed the pulley, this nut fell down, and luckily it was right where I could grab it. So the nut actually fits into the back of the assembly. As long as that's in place and we kind of hold it in place so it doesn't come out, we should be able to tighten just the bolt, and the nut should stay in place. I'm using my index finger on my right hand to hold that nut so it doesn't get pushed out the back of the assembly. Just need to get it started enough that that I can just tighten the front. Alright, so now that's on there. You can tell it's a lot quieter than it used to be, which is awesome. Just need to tighten this up and then we'll get our belt back on. Let's just make sure that's torqued. It should be tight enough. Nice and quiet. Alright, looks good. Sounds nice and quiet. So we're all buttoned up. Hope this helps you and gives you the confidence to go tackle this job on your own. You don't have to buy a new pulley. You don't have to buy the whole assembly for the tensioner. If your bearing is making a lot of noise, just go order a new bearing and pop it in there. So please like and subscribe, and I'll keep the videos coming, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.